Good day, dear students. Welcome to Week 3 on Pedagogy in Higher Education. I want to begin with a brief reflection on the role of digital technologies in today's learning environment. Digital tools have become central to how we teach and how students learn. They offer flexibility, support diverse learning needs, and open new possibilities for interaction and collaboration. From virtual learning platforms to AI-assisted tools, technology can help us create more engaging, inclusive, and student-centered experiences. As we progress through this module, we will explore not only the tools themselves, but also how to use them thoughtfully and effectively in our teaching practice. In this slide, let's explore what digital technologies actually do in higher education. Research shows that digital technologies are more than tools for delivering information. They can act as knowledge sources, co-creators of learning materials, guides, and even support systems for assessment. As Abduvalieva et al. Note that students can now interact with content, collaborate online, and actively construct knowledge through digital platforms. These tools also support flexible and inclusive learning. Students can access materials at their own pace, participate in online discussions, complete multimedia assignments, and receive feedback digitally. This allows us to accommodate different learning styles and contexts, increasing access to higher education opportunities. However, integrating digital technologies effectively requires thoughtful pedagogical design. Without careful planning, technology risks being a distraction rather than a learning enhancer. Teachers need professional readiness, clear learning objectives, and institutional support to ensure technology supports deep learning. Electronic learning refers to a learning system based on electronic resources. While teaching can take place in classrooms or remotely, the use of computers and the internet forms its core component. It allows knowledge to be delivered to a large number of learners simultaneously or at different times, making education more flexible and accessible. The introduction of computers sparked this revolution, and today smartphones, tablets, and other digital devices have become essential tools in classrooms. Electronic educational materials are increasingly replacing traditional textbooks, and the internet enables learning anytime, anywhere, 24 hours, 7 days. Electronic learning is not only significant in schools and universities, but also in the corporate sector. Global training programs allow professionals to acquire important skills while sitting in a boardroom or attending seminars alongside colleagues from the same or different organizations. Research shows that the human brain remembers and relates more effectively to what is seen and heard via videos or interactive media. This is why sectors such as agriculture, medicine, education, business, services, and government are adopting electronic learning to improve learning outcomes and contribute to national progress. Electronic learning allows learners to obtain basic schooling, enhance skills, and even earn degrees without physically attending a school, university, or any other institution. This flexibility opens opportunities for many who cannot participate in traditional education due to time, location, or other constraints. For tutors, electronic learning is a valuable source of income, as they can teach from anywhere and at their preferred times, reaching students globally. Research in psychology shows that the audio-visual method of teaching helps create a more disciplined and engaging learning environment. This method fosters effective tutor-student interactions, supporting better understanding and retention. Another important aspect of electronic learning is that it helps both tutors and learners develop advanced skills, such as creating and selling electronic books or producing digital content. Online platforms also promote knowledge sharing, which is critical in today's competitive and rapidly changing world. Access to quick, accurate information supports the growth of individuals and communities alike. In the 1950s and 1960s, B.F. Skinner developed the first mechanical teaching machines. These devices presented small, structured questions to students and provided immediate feedback for each answer. This allowed learners to progress at their own pace, which was revolutionary for education at the time. Skinner's machines were designed to create active learning environments. Students weren't passive receivers of information. Instead, they engaged with each step, received reinforcement, and gradually mastered the material. This concept laid the foundation for modern electronic learning, where self-paced, interactive, and feedback-driven learning is standard. Let's watch a short clip to see how these machines worked in practice. Notice how the student interacts with the device and how the machine provides instant feedback, a principle still used in online learning platforms today.
These young people are studying in a new way. Class in spelling, it might as well be arithmetic or algebra or grammar, or in fact anything involving the use of words or symbols. Each student is using a teaching machine, a device which creates vastly improved conditions for effective study. What are teaching machines? How are they used? What can they teach? Who prepares the material they teach? And how does this material differ from textbooks, lectures, and educational television? What impact will machine teaching have on school organization? Some of these questions can be answered in at least a preliminary way. I am B.F. Skinner, professor of psychology at Harvard University. I should like to discuss some of the reasons why studying with the help of a teaching machine is often dramatically effective. With the machine you have just seen in use, the student sees a bit of text or other printed material in a window. This may be a sentence or two or an equation in arithmetic. Some small part is missing, and the student must supply it by writing on an exposed strip of paper. His response may be the answer to a question or the solution of a problem, but generally it is simply a symbol or word which completes the material he has just read. As soon as the student has written his response, he operates the machine and learns immediately whether he is right or wrong. This is a great improvement over the system in which papers are corrected by a teacher, where the student must wait perhaps till another day to learn whether or not what he has written is right. Such immediate knowledge has two principal effects. It leads most rapidly to the formation of correct behavior. The student quickly learns to be right. But there is also a motivating effect. The student is free of uncertainty or anxiety about his success or failure. His work is pleasurable. He does not have to force himself to study. A classroom in which machines are being used is usually the scene of intense concentration. One function of a teaching machine, then, is to give the student a quick report on the adequacy of his response. This is important not only for efficient learning, it generates a high level of interest and enthusiasm. Another important advantage is that the student is free to move at his own pace. With techniques in which a whole class is forced to move forward together, the bright student wastes time, waiting for others to catch up. And the slow student, who may not be inferior in any other respect, is forced to go too fast. Not quite completing one day's assignment, he is even less likely to complete a second. And he gets farther and farther behind, and often gives up altogether unless remedial steps are taken. A student who is learning by machine moves at the rate which is most effective for him. The fast student covers a course in a short time, but the slower student, by giving more time to the subject, can cover the same ground. Both learn the material thoroughly. A third feature of machine teaching is that each student follows a carefully constructed program, leading from the initial stage where he is wholly unfamiliar with the subject to a final stage in which he is competent. He does this by taking a large number of very small steps arranged in a coherent order. Each step is so small that he is almost certain to take it correctly. The material is designed to give the student as much help as possible. He is not in any sense being tested. Instead, helpful hints, suggestions, and prompts maximize the chances that he will be right.
While electronic learning offers many benefits, it also comes with certain challenges and limitations that educators and learners need to consider. Some key disadvantages include limited student feedback. Online interactions can reduce the immediacy and richness of feedback. Social isolation. Learners may feel disconnected from peers and instructors. Self-motivation and time management required. Online learning demands discipline and personal responsibility. Limited development of communication skills. Students may miss opportunities to practice face electronic-to-face interaction. Assessment challenges preventing cheating in online exams can be complicated. Theory over practice. Online courses sometimes emphasize theoretical knowledge at the expense of practical skills. Lack of fax electronic-to-face communication reduces personal interaction, mentorship, and networking opportunities. Discipline limitations. Some subjects, particularly practical or lab-based courses, are less suited to fully online formats. Accessibility issues. Online learning is difficult for computer illiterate learners or those with limited technology access. Quality assurance and accreditation. Not all online programs meet formal educational standards or offer recognized credentials. Understanding these limitations helps educators design better electronic learning experiences, balancing flexibility and accessibility with engagement, interactivity, and skill development. Digital technologies and electronic learning have transformed higher education, offering flexibility, accessibility, and new ways of engaging learners. From Skinner's first program teaching machines to modern online platforms, the principles of active, self-paced, and feedback-driven learning remain central. While electronic learning provides tremendous benefits, such as skill development, global access, and multimedia-enhanced learning, it also presents challenges, including social isolation, assessment difficulties, and the need for self-motivation. Understanding these limitations allows educators to design more effective, inclusive, and engaging online learning experiences. As future educators and instructional designers, it is essential to blend pedagogical theory with digital tools thoughtfully, ensuring technology enhances learning rather than distracting from it. As we conclude today's lecture, I would like to highlight the key references that informed our discussion on digital technologies and electronic learning in higher education. Halim et al. In 2022 provided a comprehensive review of the role of digital technologies in education, helping us understand how technology supports learning, collaboration, and assessment. Abduvalieva et al. In 2024 explored innovations in educational methodologies, emphasizing the impact of digital tools on teaching and learning practices. The Economic Times in 2022 offered a practical definition of e-learning and highlighted its accessibility and application in both academic and professional contexts. Digital Class in 2022 discussed the importance of e-learning, including its benefits for learners and educators, and how online platforms enable knowledge sharing and skill development. Finally, the B.F. Skinner's YouTube video demonstrated the first programmed teaching machines, showing the historical foundation of self-paced and feedback-driven learning. These references provide both theoretical and practical insights, bridging the history of programmed learning with contemporary digital practices. I encourage you to explore them further if you wish to deepen your understanding of how technology shapes pedagogy in higher education. Thank you for your attention. See you next time.